given the fact we gave an own goal away, given the fact Sheffield United had one shot on target in the first 90 minutes, one shot on target in the 30 minutes of extra time, and at the end of the day it's our fault, isn't it? I think that there was an inspired performance by the goalkeeper. I thought he was, for Sheffield United, I thought he, whatever we seemed to hit at him, he seemed to either save it or block it, and if it came off him, it seemed to drop to one of the Sheffield United boys. So from our point of view, it's a frustrating night after a very good performance by players who either just joined us for the first full game, the first full outing, which is Sakho and Anna. I think that considering Anna's not played a game at all since the World Cup, that's his first. Well, it was going to be his first 60 minutes or so, but Sakho tweaked his back, so he's had to play 120 minutes. I think Rav's first game since 30 minutes at Stevenage, so it's really good for him. A good 3 young players under 21, very impressive. Danny Potts, Diego Poyet, Ross Burke at the back, and the rest tried their very, very best and played very, very well, up to the fact that we didn't score more goals than Sheffield United, which we should have done but didn't. So we're very frustrated, and then to lose on penalties as well, even more frustrated.
So was this a competition? No, obviously reaching the semi-finals last year, but you would have wanted to go far again because West Ham realistically the competition.
Well, like I just said, there's nowhere else to get players in the 25-man squad games of football at a very competitive level, and there's only the Carling Cup that can do that. So the rest of the time we can only train them and play amongst each other, because the under-21 league is not where you play them, because that's not competitive enough, obviously. So it's a disappointment that when you have a 25-man squad, which we're going to name 2 days after the window is shut, that a lot of them are going to have to keep themselves fit by training alone, rather than getting a game in the Capital One Cup and making a statement to me. I mean, the reason Adrian got the team goalkeeping #1 slot in the end was by his performances in the Capital One Cup last year and a few others, So it's a disappointing night to go out of the competition. I know before the game started I was very concerned by the fact that I already had 5 injuries that weren't available today, and everybody knows those 5 players who were first team players, and then there's players who needed the game, who we was at the first game, like I just said before, and there's young players that get a game. Now, to get through and get to the next round and have those players play again, and some of the players who come back from injury after the international break play again, like Matt Jarvis, Carl Jenkinson, James Tompkins, not James Tompkins, sorry, James Collins. Obviously, Andy and Kevin are a good way off. So that would have been fantastic competition for those players, and now we're going to have to find a different way in picking up the match fitness when they are fit, and keeping the players that played tonight fit on the training ground for when they're needed in the first team in the Premier League.
Sam, I know it was before your time, but obviously the shadow of Carlos Tevez was hanging over this. Does it make it? Do you appreciate how frustrating it must be for the fans for this one to a bit extra frustrating to lose this?
We've lost on penalties, I think, at the end of the day, and all the fans have been disappointed as me, but they know we should have won the game. We haven't been outplayed by Sheffield United. We haven't been under the pressure by Sheffield United. They've had 1 shot on target in the entire 90 minutes. Like I said, they made life very difficult for us by just playing that defensive unit, which was quite well within the rights when they come here, and make it life difficult for us. But like I said, with the quality of play we had tonight, we opened up time and time again with nice, patient, good quality football. But like I said, at the end of the day, the end product unfortunately deserted us tonight. But in the main, that was due to their goalkeeper making some top class saves.
Last question, please. Thank you.
Well, him and Berkey and Potsy did nothing wrong at all. They did nothing but praise for them because they didn't look out of place. They didn't look like young players in that team tonight. So for them, it must have been a fantastic experience for them. Apart from everybody is disappointed we've lost on penalties.
I've got to ask about Rav.
Last one then, please, Andy. Thank you.
Rav Morrison up wearing gloves, and then second half not wearing gloves.
Rav's Rav.